All right, rookies, feeling ambitious? Want to step up and play in the big leagues of international trade? It's a whole new ballgame, but the rewards are well worth the effort. Then you absolutely need to know Incoterms. These are non-negotiable. These are the globally recognized rules, meticulously crafted and maintained by the International Chamber of Commerce. They clearly and concisely tell buyers and sellers exactly who's responsible for what, when the responsibility transfers, and where that transfer occurs. It's all about clarity and avoiding misunderstandings. Without them, shipping across borders is utter chaos, a free-for-all of confusion and potential disputes. Think boats, planes, customs inspections, and all the logistical hurdles in between. Without Incoterms, you're looking at mountains of paperwork, potential delays, and endless arguments over who pays for what, leading to strained relationships and lost profits. Incoterms cut through the noise and bring order to the chaos, precisely defining the crucial moment when risk and responsibility shift seamlessly from the seller to the buyer. They explicitly spell out who is responsible and ultimately pays for shipping, insurance coverage, and crucially, who handles the often complex customs clearance process. Imagine you're buying a collection of rare action figures from a seller in Japan, a delicate and valuable transaction. Who pays for the international shipping? Who handles the import customs procedures and duties when the package arrives? And what happens if, heaven forbid, the cargo ship encounters a storm and sinks to the bottom of the ocean? Incoterms provide clear answers to all of those critical questions, protecting both parties involved. By simply picking a standardized three-letter code, such as FOB or DDP, you and the seller establish a clear agreement on all the key responsibilities and liabilities before a single item ships. It's the professional, internationally recognized way to conduct business in the global marketplace. It minimizes ambiguity, reduces the risk of disputes, and ultimately saves you a lot of headaches and potential financial losses. Don't be intimidated by the jargon. These aren't complex legal traps designed to trick you. Instead, think of them as your best friend and most reliable guide in the often complex world of global trade. Learn them, understand them, and you'll be empowered to negotiate better deals with confidence. You'll also be able to proactively avoid nasty surprises, unexpected costs, and potentially damaging disputes. Over the next few chapters, we'll break down the most common and important Incoterms, so pay close attention and take good notes. Mastering Incoterms is what separates the amateurs who stumble through international trade from the seasoned pros who navigate it with skill and confidence. Let's start with XW. X works the seller's dream. The seller just makes the goods and puts them on their loading dock. That's it. From that moment, everything is your problem: pickup, loading, export, shipping, customs, the whole lot. If you drop the goods while loading, that's on you. You pay all transport costs, even export clearance in the seller's country. EXW gives you total control, but also total responsibility. Use it if you're experienced and have your own logistics team. For beginners, it's risky. If you don't know how to handle foreign customs, you're in trouble. The seller doesn't even have to help you load. It looks cheap, but hidden costs and risks pile up fast. Unless you're a pro, steer clear. High control, high risk. Now, let's delve into a classic, FOB, an acronym standing for Free On Board. It's a term you'll hear often in international trade. This term is specifically used for goods transported by sea or inland waterways, think rivers and canals. It's not applicable for air or land freight. Under FOB terms, the seller is responsible for getting the goods to the port of origin, clears them for export, handles all the necessary documentation, and then, crucially, loads them safely onto your chosen ship. The magic moment: once the goods are safely on board the vessel, the risk of loss or damage shifts to you, the buyer. If something unfortunate happens to the goods before they're loaded onto the ship, it's the seller's problem and responsibility to resolve. After that pivotal moment, it's all yours. You are then responsible to pay for the ocean freight, insurance, and all the costs and responsibilities associated with the goods after their arrival at the destination port. Let's illustrate with an example. Imagine you buy olive oil, FOB Genoa. The seller meticulously handles everything required to get the olive oil safely and securely on the ship in Genoa. You, as the buyer, handle absolutely everything else from that point forward. FOB provides a clear split of responsibilities. The seller covers all costs and risks within their territory, while the buyer assumes responsibility for the entire journey and all activities within their own territory. It's a popular choice in international trade because it's generally considered fair, and it provides clarity for both parties, ensuring everyone knows exactly where they stand in terms of responsibilities and costs. Furthermore, you, as the buyer, gain direct control over what is often the most expensive part of the transaction, the ocean freight. It's a reliable and balanced approach to international shipping. Just remember this key point: the transfer of risk occurs precisely at the ship's rail. Be sure to shop around and compare different shipping options, but always be acutely aware of exactly when the risk for your goods transfers to you. And that's precisely why FOB remains a firm favorite in international trade. Want zero hassle? Go DDP, delivered duty paid. The seller handles everything: shipping, export, main transport, insurance, import customs, duties, and delivery to your door. Risk stays with the seller until the goods arrive at your place, ready to unload. If there's a problem en route, it's the seller's headache. You just unload when it arrives, perfect for beginners or anyone who hates paperwork. Example: buy electronics, DDP Chicago. Seller gives you one all-inclusive price, handles everything, and you just wait for delivery. Of course, you pay a premium for this convenience. DDP is the most expensive option, but the easiest. You lose control over shipping but gain peace of mind. Great for those who value convenience over cost. It's the easy button of global trade. Now the C terms: CIF, CFR, CPT, and CIP. The seller pays for the main transport, but risk transfers to you before the journey starts. CFR and CIF are for sea transport only. CFR seller pays to get goods to your port, but risk shifts once loaded on the ship. CF, same as CFR, but seller also buys minimum insurance for you. CPT and CIP work for any transport: air, road, rail. CPT, seller pays to a named place but risk transfers when goods are handed to the first carrier. CIP like CPT, but seller buys higher level insurance. These terms are useful if the seller gets better freight rates. But remember, you might not have the goods yet, but you have the risk. Always check where risk transfers and consider extra insurance. Don't get caught off guard. DAI, delivered at place, a key term in international trade. It gets your goods almost to the finish line, taking a significant load off your shoulders. It's about getting your products close, but not quite all the way, to their final destination. The seller arranges and pays for everything: the transportation, the insurance, all the way to your chosen destination. That could be a warehouse, an office, or even a port facility. The choice is yours, depending on your needs and logistical setup. The risk remains the seller's responsibility until the goods arrive safely at your specified place, ready and waiting to be unloaded. Here's the catch: the part you need to be aware of. You are responsible for handling import customs clearance, paying any applicable duties, and settling any taxes levied on the imported goods. The seller essentially gets the goods right to your doorstep, but it's your responsibility to pay the government what they require to allow the goods into the country. For example, if you buy under DAP Chicago, the seller takes care of all the shipping and logistics to get your goods to your specified address in Chicago. However, you are the one who must clear those goods through U.S. Customs and pay any associated duties or tariffs. DAP is a popular choice for buyers who prefer to have the shipping process managed for them, but who also prefer to maintain control over their own customs clearance procedures. Essentially, you benefit from door-to-door delivery, while retaining control over the final and often unpredictable costs associated with customs and import duties. It strikes a smart balance, offering convenience in shipping while empowering you with control over crucial financial aspects. It's particularly great for businesses or individuals who are already familiar with their local customs processes and regulations. The seller expertly handles the complexities of the shipping journey, while you confidently handle the necessary paperwork and customs procedures. DAP keeps the overall shipping process relatively simple and straightforward, but ultimately puts you in charge when it comes to navigating the complexities at the border. So, how do you pick the right Incoterm? Ask 3 questions. Who arranges and pays for shipping? Where does risk transfer? What's the mode of transport? If you want control and can get better shipping rates, go XW or FOB. If the seller has better deals, consider C or D terms. Decide where you want the risk: early for control, late for convenience. Remember, FOB, CFR, and CIF are for C only. Use XW, CPT, CIP, DAP, or DDP for air, road, or rail. Using the wrong term for the wrong transport can cause big problems. Incoterms are your universal language for global trade. Know who pays when risk shifts and which term fits your deal. Start with the basics, get experience, and you'll know which term to use. Use these rules to your advantage. Now you know the plays. Go win the game.